Good morning, everybody. It is Monday, September 11th. It is 4:30 in the morning. I'm Brian Burgett, and this is your morning meeting.
You cannot go against nature, because when you do, go against nature, it's part of nature too. Our little lives get complicated. It's a simple thing, simple as a flower, and that's a complicated thing. No new tale to tell, no new tale to tell, no new tale to tell. My world is your world. People like to hear their names. I'm no exception. Please call my name. Call my name.
All right, so let's get it kicked off. So on Saturday morning, like I said, I had a tree fall. Catastrophic, for my particular situation. The sky was falling. I had to have this thing up. All sorts of stuff was going on. So at about, 7 o'clock in the morning, something like that, my time, I get a phone call, or I should say I get a text from Thomas, one of the subscribers that I had mentioned in the earlier meeting, asking me if I was okay. I told him I was in the middle of something, but I'd call him back as soon as I was done. So I don't know, about an hour later, hour and a half later, after we got the tree cleared out of the road, I gave Thomas a call. And it was interesting because he started discussing back when I first met him. I met Thomas, I want to say it was around 2009, maybe 2010. He called me on the phone one day looking for a job. I was impressed with the way that he handled himself. I hired him over the phone. He showed up, and I was really blessed at this particular moment in time. Looking back on it, I had an extreme amount of talent in my sales floor, and I probably didn't know what to do with the talent at the time where I was in my leadership career. But, I had Trevor, I had Kevin, clearly I had Thomas and a bunch of other people at the same time. And like I said, it was just an amazing crew. But one of the things that he brought up is the amount of strength that's in the truth. And we forget sometimes about what the core of selling or business is, okay? And it's not pulling the wool over somebody's eyes. It's not deceiving them. It's not misleading them so you can get the biggest profit. It's looking in them in the eye, telling them their truth, and being able to close the deal based on what their wants, needs, and desires are and what you're offering, okay? So if you're bending the truth, if you're reinventing the truth to make a deal, you probably need to re-examine what you're doing, because it's not necessary. All right? If you're lying to make a deal, okay, either you've come up short in your presentation, okay, your customer just honestly doesn't need your product, all right, or you don't know your damn product. I really think that when it comes to the person who's selling the product or the service, if they start to lie or mislead their client or their customer, it's because they don't know what the hell they're doing. If you really think back on this, okay, and put yourself in a position where you were sold something. And it was funny in this because Thomas calls me back probably about an hour later because he's purchased a home within the last year and a half or something like that, and he was getting a bid on fencing. And right after we have the conversation, and I had told him about 2 cars that I had just bought, and we went in there, and both of us are laydowns. Hey, I'm here to buy. You know, I've got the money, I've got the credit, I've got the financing, whatever the case may be, we had it settled, okay? But yet, over and over again, we got ourselves in front of people that wanted to reinvent the truth and talk us out of doing business with them. So remember, you know, you have to bond with your customer. You have to find out what their wants, needs, and desires are. You have to customize your pitch to fulfill those wants, needs, and desires, which builds value in your product. Once you have value in your product, now you can negotiate a fair price for you and your customer. All right? So always tell the truth, always be honest. If you have to lie to sell your product, find a different product. Or learn your product better. Because if you're going in front of somebody and you're representing a product, it is your job, it is your responsibility to not only know the quality and the merits of your product, but the quality and the merits of your competition. If you haven't figured this out, if you don't know this, then you're missing the boat for you and for your customers because you're missing deals. And if you're missing deals and you have a quality product, you're letting your customer down because you did not represent the quality of the product for them to take advantage of. So do a lot better in your product knowledge. Do a lot better in looking your customer in the eye and telling them the truth regardless of whether it's beneficial to that particular paragraph or statement. Always be honest, always be transparent, okay? And that's when it comes to the products and this and that and the other. Now guys, you know me. When it comes to the negotiations of the dollars and cents, I think you should be able to get what you want for the product or what you deserve for the product, okay? What you deserve for the product, though, is based on the excitement and the needs that are fulfilled for your customer. Always tell the truth, be honest in your presentation, and remember, product knowledge is everything. That's the filler. If the product's the filler, is it ooh? Come on, guys, you're gonna win every time. Have a great week. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I am going to make some changes to the format. I just want a better presentation. You know, ever since that bad video came out, I got to tell you, I'm a little obsessive compulsive, and there's a lot of things that I would like to change about this. One of them being is I'd like some more audience participation. You know, one of the things that I was telling Thomas is that this is very difficult because when you go into a live sales meeting and you were there the day before, you always have material. In a situation like this, you have no interaction. There are no faces, there are no smiles, there are no groans, there is no mistakes that were made the previous day or wins that were made the previous day that you can, you know, expand on and get people excited on. So if you could participate, drop some stuff in the comments about what you'd like to see and what you'd like to talk about, because again, something as small as the truth came out to be a very big deal for Thomas. So Thomas, I appreciate you, and I'd appreciate more of your input from the people that subscribe. Thank you, have a great day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.